great exercise. Here we are at EastNewYork Farm, and we're just clearing out our first bed to trench 11 buckets of fermented food waste. So we've drawn out an area here, 9 feet by 5 feet. Got some rich soil clearing in which to plant our fermented food waste.
If you zoom in here, you'll see sort of the remnants of this ant colony that we unearthed.
The depth of the trench is about a foot. So we are just about at a foot. So we've gone down a foot deep here. And then we have a lot of nice soil around the trench. So what we're going to do is we're going to plant 3 buckets in this. 3, 6, 9. Actually, we're going to plant 3.5 buckets in this trench. We're going to open 1 and 2
And 3
and 3, 3.5.
Something very satisfying about dumping your kitchen waste into a trench you dug.
Get the spade because we want to be spading in a little of the dirt. We have to do, we want before we actually finally cover it, we want to mix in as much dirt as we can here. I actually think that this makes quite a difference in how fast the material decomposes, because there are instances where I've noticed that the material can get sort of impacted.
Raking some of the soil to mix in our planted Vokashi buckets, I was just thinking that what I like to do at home with my bucket is I have a potato masher that I use to really compact the food waste into the bucket, especially when I have bulky things like kale stems, broccoli stems with my eggshells. I like to really make sure that they get all mashed up in there. One, to compact it so I get the most volume, but also it really helps the EM to distribute more evenly throughout the food waste. So as I'm going through here, we're also getting the spade and the rake, and we're kind of mashing the food up a little too.
Yeah.
Which will also help with the process of decomposition.
Now we're going to fully cover this, and we want to put at least 6 inches of soil above this trench here. So we're going to start loading in some of the soil here, covering it all the way up, putting at least 6 inches of soil on top here. Okay, this is of course a problem. There is some new packaging that people think is biodegradable. So this is called
100% compostable.
This is a compostable chip bag from Sun Chips. This is actually only compostable in thermophilic composting piles, where they heat up to 150, 160 degrees. So this would degrade at that heat. It will not degrade anaerobically in a pit like this.
Also has some juiciness to it.
So here's some food waste. It's out in the air for like less than 5 minutes actually, and already we've got some bees, we've got some flies, and they're all coming in to take a sniff at the food waste. which just goes to show you that for months this food has been free of flies, and now here they are coming in and swarming around, and they'll be.
But as I said, they come in, they say, "Oh, food!" They get excited, and they get close and say, "Oh, wait a minute,
That's the smell.
what's going on here?"
What smell is that?
What is that?
That's the smell that actually pests, particularly rodents and mice and rats, really don't like. And in fact, more than that, it's dangerous for them. They don't. The smell of alcohol threatens them, so they actually really don't like the smell of Vokashi. So here it is, an hour and a half later.
It is exactly 90 minutes later.
90 minutes later, and the deed is done. So if you compare that to the labor that's involved with some traditional composting, where they have to spend some 3 or 4 hours moving from one box to another box.
Mm-hmm.
And
Very labor intensive.
Very. So there's some labor,
Mm-hmm.
but it's over.
But it's done.
It's
Right.
done. And the next, of course, the last piece is to clean the buckets.
Yep.
That's actually
And then start all over again.
exactly.